Hey gentlemen, I have a fresh pack of 29 gauge, 1/2 inch, 1/2 milliliter, which is 0.5 cc syringes. I personally think the 27 gauge is like the happy middle if you're doing frequent injecting, because you can drop the oil a little bit faster than the 29 gauge. But 29 gauge is fine for me because I inject frequently at a very low dose. So I'm going to show you basically everywhere that's reasonable that you could possibly inject. So we're going to do delts, chest, quads, traps, lats, ventral glute, and maybe we'll throw in biceps and triceps for kicks. I'm not sure. I'm going to use alcohol pads. Now, the World Health Organization no longer really recommends that you use alcohol pads in a healthcare setting to sanitize the location where they're giving a vaccine, for example. Unless it's visibly dirty. However, I'm immune compromised, so I am not going to risk an infection. So I'm going to use alcohol pads. Of course, you always need an alcohol pad at the top of your vial before you draw it. Of course. Okay, here we go. Oh, also, I should mention, I am very out of shape. I've had autoimmune encephalitis for 3 years now. I've lost some weight. I was 205, and I've been eating a little bit better, so now I'm 193, but I'm not in the shape that I was. I'm not muscular at all. Insecurity.mp4. Starting with the delt. Anywhere on the delt is fair game, even as far back as the rear delt. If you retract your shoulder here, this big lump right here, you'll feel it's kind of hard, is the rear delt. You can go as far back as that. The further back you go on your delt, generally the less pain you're going to have. So I'm just going to sanitize. We're just going to do the middle of the delt here. I'm going to sanitize that. Here's the insulin syringe. I let the alcohol dry because that way it doesn't hurt like hell. And what I do is I just kind of count in my head 1, 2, 3, and it's in. The faster you do it, the less pain there is. So 1, 2, 3, in. I literally felt nothing. Inject the testosterone. And wait a few seconds. Pull it out. Time to take my shirt off. Next up is the lat. I'm bleeding a little bit from that last one. If you bleed a little bit, it's no big deal. You can just wipe it off with the alcohol pad. No big deal. You didn't lose any of your testosterone or anything like that. So for your lat, reach your arm across your body. You're gonna go for the medius portion of your lat. So like right there. And when I inject, I keep my arm across my body, reaching on my other shoulder. I go for that spot there. 3, 2, 1, in. Literally felt nothing. There it is, sticking out of my lat. Inject the testosterone, wait a few seconds, pull out. Next up, we're going to do chest. Anytime you're injecting anywhere, it's kind of best to go into the medius part of the muscle belly. And for me, my chest is thickest kind of up in the corner. It's different for everybody. If you got a shelf chest, you can pretty much inject anywhere you want on your chest. But for me, like up in the corner here, it's the medius. I'm going to sanitize that area. Brand new syringe. These are all new syringes every time I do this. And 3, 2, 1, in. Just a little pinch there. That was it. Wait a few seconds after you inject. Pull out. That's how you inject your chest. So yeah, my legs, not a lot of muscle on them right now. But a lot of people do. They inject on the vastus medialis, which is the teardrop right here on the inside. I don't like that. It's kind of shallow. You're gonna have more pain. So I like to do it on the outer sweep. So we're going to do right where it's kind of medius on the outer sweep. So right here. Brand new syringe. I'm going to wait for the alcohol to dry. 3, 2, 1, in. Literally didn't feel a thing. Inject. Wait a few seconds. Pull out. So now we're going to start approaching the why the fuck are you injecting there locations. So let's do upper traps. Upper traps, of course, are these muscles right here that connect to your neck. We're going to stick it in almost directly vertically, maybe just behind the ridge of your trap there. So we're going to sanitize just that whole area right there, just so I don't fucking miss it. Okay, got a fresh needle here. And see if I can get an angle. 3, 2, 1, in. Literally felt nothing. Sticking out of my trap. And that's how you inject your trap. Biceps. Never done this one before. See how this goes. And what happened? I'm so much smaller than I used to be. I still have a little bit of a frame, but anyway. Let's do it right into the thickest part of the muscle belly, right in the center here. Sanitize that off. Brand new syringe. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, in. Ooh, little twitch there. But not too bad. It's in my muscle belly, obviously, because I had a twitch of the muscle there. And that's how you would inject your bicep if you're a freak. Okay, because we're covering literally every injection site I can possibly think of, we're going to do our triceps next. If I show you here, on the back of my arm is the long head of the triceps. We're going to hit that because it's the medius portion. And I've got some acne on my back, and if you guys are wondering if that's from testosterone replacement, it's not. It's from the antipsychotic I'm on, actually. Not psychotic, but I'm coming off of it eventually. I'm on a low dose right now, and I'm just taking it to stave off withdrawals, but causes back acne, which is annoying. Okay, here we go. 3, 2, 1, in. Here it is. Did a little thing. And out. The last horrendous place I could possibly think of injecting is your calf. I don't know why you would want to do that. I'm slightly nervous about this because it's a sensitive area, but needle's short enough, it shouldn't be too bad. I'm going to go for... Look how skinny my fucking legs are. I'm going to go for... God damn. Never done this before, but I'm going to look for the medius part right here. Yeah, probably right there. And then I'm just going to rest my leg here so it's nice and relaxed. Okay, here we go. Never done this before. 3, 2, 1, in. Holy shit. There it is. Didn't actually feel anything. Definitely hit the muscle belly because there's not a lot of fat there. So, that's interesting. Could maybe add some more locations to my injection rotation schedule. Okay, I literally can't think of anywhere else you could inject but your forearms. Should I do my forearms? Okay, since we're hitting literally everything, we're doing my forearms. Okay, last one. We're looking for the medius part here. Of course, you don't want to go up towards the wrist. So I'm going to go right here. It's the medius part of the muscle belly there. Okay, a little bit even more nervous about this one because this is a really sensitive area. All right, here we go. Let's get an angle on that. 3, 2, 1, in. Ooh. Little twitch there, but not too bad. And it's definitely in the muscle belly. There we go. I don't know why in God's name you'd want to inject your forearms, but since we're covering literally every place I can think of, I thought I might as well include the forearms in that. Ooh, one last one is the ventral glute. I've already gone through these many syringes. We got one more to go. So the ventral glute for a lot of people is kind of hard to find, especially if you're kind of, on the chubby side like me. If you're using like a 1-inch or a 1.5-inch needle going straight into the side of your glute here, like if you flexed, I like have no muscle there, so it's hard to see. But if you flexed and went straight in there, I can feel my muscle right there. You could probably inject there, no problem. You could probably inject there with a 1/2-inch syringe, no problem as well. But the ventral glute is a little bit higher up, so it's kind of closer to your hip bone. And if you flex to the side just a little bit and you search for it, you'll find it. It's just this piece of meat right here in the upper left-hand side of your glute, right there. If you flex, you'll feel it. You'll feel the ventral glute. It's right there. So 3, 2, 1, in. I could tell that didn't hit the muscle belly because it felt like I was pushing it into a marshmallow. So I'm too fat there to hit ventral glute. So that's why I don't rotate to ventral glute right now, is because I'm too fat for it. But if you have like a 1-inch needle, for most people, you'll be able to hit your ventral glute just fine. But as far as injection locations, my favorite are delts, number 1. Chest is probably actually number 2. Lats is number 3. Everywhere else is, quad is number 4. Everywhere else is number 5. I don't know why you would inject your traps, biceps, triceps. And then I guess 5th would be ventral glute and 6th would be everything else. So yeah, I injected every feasible location you could possibly inject, so you don't have to. All right, peace out.
So